Yo, 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 peace and blessings. Welcome back to another uplifting, inspiring, empowering episode of Creative Success. If you're new here, my name is Burnell Washburn, aka Young Bernie Gold, and I just like to spread good vibes and empower people every day here on YouTube. So hit the subscribe button if you're feeling this, and let's get into today's episode. Today I want to talk about making sure my fancy microphone is still here. Yes, we are set. Okay. I'm getting used to this new equipment and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're high tech now. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about owning your authenticity because I made a post on Facebook that went viral. It just went viral. No, I'm just kidding. It's not viral, but a lot of people were feeling it, and I was just talking about like be authentic, be genuine. Show the world the real you. Stop chasing external validation and following trends. Like, I've been there, and it just doesn't lead to happy places, family. It doesn't. It just leads to depression, anxiety, insecurity, ego, like just all these things that we're not feeling, you know what I'm saying? So learn who the real you is by going deep within, meditating, exploring, experiencing, living life. Find out who you really are and just show the real version of that to the world. The world is going to love you. You are highly marketable as you are. You don't need to appeal to a trend or an image. If you're trying to have a personal brand, there's like, I swear every rapper I know, and I'm not disrespecting these things, it's just my observation, is, trying to get cornrows, face tats, jewelry and outfits and clothes that they probably can't afford, and using auto-tune and all these things because it's trendy and they just want to be loved. You can just see it oozing out of them. And I'm not saying cornrow, I've done all that. You know what I'm saying? I've had cornrows, I've used auto-tune. I did a whole album with auto-tune and I didn't put it out because it didn't feel right after. It didn't feel like authentic in the end of the day. And I'm not judging or hating on auto-tune. Sometimes that really is authentic for certain people, and sometimes cornrows really are authentic for a lot of people. And it's like, if that's you, I'm not trying to disrespect or hate or like these are just examples if you catch my drift. But like, you can just see all this like clout chasing oozing out as this mask, and underneath it is just this person that wants to be loved and accepted so bad. And I've been there, and we all do. We all want to be loved and accepted. It's part of how we're designed. It's how our nervous system and brain is designed for survival, because our brain is, evolving from ancient times where we really did depend on a tribe, and we still do depend on human connection for our own survival. If you're in isolation your entire life, you will get sick and die from that. So we do need human connection, and we need our tribe to love us and accept us for us to feel safe and thrive. But that means, we're subconsciously doing things that are not real in our heart a lot of times because we're so fearful of like not being accepted. But now we live in a different time where like the tribe isn't going to vanish us, like, and we're not going to go like get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger and whatever because we don't have our tribe with us now. It's like now we can all build our own tribes with the internet and the way the world is all connected. Like, we can all build our own niches of tribes and just be the real us and not hide anything. Just be who we are. You know what I mean? And like, we gotta stop clout chasing, Like, a lot of people are trying to like so hard to fit in and be loved, and they think if they have the flyest outfits and like the dopest Instagram pictures and all this stuff, then they'll finally be loved. But that love has to come from within. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to learn to see the light within and just honor that. Embrace all of it. Embrace the beauty that is our flaws and our talents and our gifts. You know what I mean? Like, we've all got this full spectrum yin yang of, energy that's balanced, of like, we all have shortcomings and flaws, but we all have like gifts and talents and beautiful things too. And it's like, let's just embrace that all and not be afraid to let that shine and just own it. Own our authenticity, because the world will love you for who you really are. In fact, they'll love you more because we're not fooling anybody except for ourselves and other clout chasers or whatever when we're doing that. You know what I mean? And if we just learn to love ourselves, then we don't need that external validation. We don't need others to love us. And the ironic part of it is they will love us a million times more when we're authentic. People can see the masks. Like I said, we're not fooling anybody. People can see when you're not the real you, when you're afraid to unleash your gifts and talents. And as a matter of fact, the world needs your talents. The world needs... Sorry if this jacket is making all sorts of noise due to the fabric. I don't know if it is or not, but after I watch this, I will know. And then if it's too annoying, I'll take further precautions to wear different outfits during the recording of these videos. But anyway, shout out to the homie Fritzo for giving me this windbreaker. I feel like it's hella cool because it's got a feather on it, so I feel like I can fly. But yeah, just like, don't be afraid. We gotta stop judging ourselves and stop judging everyone. And when we learn to love ourselves, we kind of love all of us because we're all one, and we start to like be less judgmental and then less worried about what other people think of us. Like, if you're highly worried about what everyone thinks of you, you're highly worried about being judged, then maybe you might still be judging people subconsciously in a lot of ways. Or maybe you might still be just kind of living in that outer world because you haven't taken the time to hear the quiet. You haven't taken the time to find out who's really inside, you know? Find out who you really are and what you're really all about, and just letting that shine. And when you let that unique gifts that only you have out, when you let that out, the whole world benefits. And if you don't let that out, you're robbing the world. You're doing a disservice to everyone that could benefit from your unique gifts and your unique... There's no one else that has your exact perspective, that has your exact experiences and mindsets and all this stuff to bring to the table. So I was eating a delicious farm-to-table home-cooked meal the other day at my homie's house in California, and the homie Val said, "Bring yourself to the table." I was like, I'm stealing that. Don't be surprised if you hear that in my lyrics. You know what I mean? Bring yourself to the table. That's what... If everyone just brings themselves to the table, then we all have more than enough. The problem is we're hiding our real selves behind these masks and these insecurities, and it's all just fear. Like, there's only two things in the universe, really. There's fear and love, you know what I mean? And we can choose either one in any given moment. So let's choose love. The people in our community here on YouTube, we're working on choosing love as much as we possibly can in all scenarios. And part of choosing love is learning to just like accept and honor our entire being, our entire whole, and not worry about trying to be perfect. I think social media and the internet's actually really positive in some ways, because some people are like, it's a double-edged sword, but in some ways, you know, there's people like me or people like that I follow that are they're being vulnerable, and they're putting out their authentic, real selves, and they're not afraid to expose themselves to like millions of people online. And that's helping other people feel like, oh, he's just a normal person like me, or she's just a normal person like me, and we can all love each other, and we all have ups and downs and flaws, and we don't always have everything figured out. And like, there's that side of it, but then there's also the side of the internet that's the opposite, where there's a bunch of like clout chasers and people posting this perfect looking life, and we're comparing ourselves to that, and we're comparing our behind the scenes reel to everybody else's highlight reel. We're looking at these images of them on the beach, and like, of course, when I'm at the beach and I'm living the dream, I'm gonna post tons of pictures of what I'm sitting at home, or I'm struggling or whatever. I might not be posting as much because I'm not feeling like portraying that, but I personally like to just put the realness out there and I talk about it. But it's human nature to want to, like, you know, expose your best sides and whatever, and put your, like, you want to feel like you look good and your life is dope or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't be fooled that, like, when you see someone always on vacation on yachts and, you know, drinking champagne with supermodels and whatever on private jets, like, it's not always like they're struggling too. Their life isn't perfect, you know what I mean? Just Learn to honor your whole being. Be authentic. Let your true light shine, and the world will just come into your fingertips. You have the world in the palm of your hands if you just learn to love yourself and be real and authentic. So that's my message to share with you guys today. I know it's kind of a rant, but I thought it was an important message to share because I'm working on being more authentic, and I think we can always just uncover layers and layers of who our real self is, and I think that's part of what we're meant to do in this life. So I really appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell. And definitely drop a comment, especially if you're new here. Drop a comment and say what up. I like to say what up to all my kindred spirits, and keep this community growing and thriving. So appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow on another episode.